Hey, Clarissa.
Hi, Judge. How are you?
Doing good, and you?
Doing good.
Good.
We have a small group today. We have 11 people.
Okay.
I believe everybody's logged in, and let me see if we can get Mr. Mead here.
All right.
Very good. Thank you very much. No, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. All right. There's Mr. Mead.
Here I am.
Hello, Mr. Mead. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. Long time no see, guys.
It's been about a year, isn't it? This last year? All right, Clarissa, are we ready to go?
We are. I just need to hit record. I've already got us on YouTube. So I'm going to hit record right now, and we can go ahead and start up however you choose. I have
Okay.
the docket if you want to do that, or do you want to?
Why don't we go ahead and do the order of the docket?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to start with page 3 toward the bottom. It is going to be it's the very last one on page 3. Benjamin Campos is number 1.
Okay.
Then go to page 5. And we have Brandon Ayala. He's about the 3rd or 4th one from the bottom.
Got him.
He's number 2. Go to page 3 again. And we have Travis Dietzman at the very top. He's number 3.
Where's that now? Okay, the top.
The top of page 3. Travis Dietzman is number 3. Then if you go to the bottom of page 1, we have Carla Bell. She's number 4. Then go to the middle of page 3. And you have Fernando Jaramillo right in the middle. He's got 2 violations. He's number 5.
Okay.
Top of page 1, the very first person, Russell Blanton, is number 6.
Okay.
Page 4, very last person on page 4, Ethan Siegler, is number 7.
Okay.
Go to page 5.
Hang on.
Okay. Did you get Ethan, John?
Not yet.
Okay, Ethan's on the bottom of page 4, the very last person on page 4.
Yeah, what number is he again?
Number 7.
Okay.
Okay. Bottom of page 5, the very last person on page 5 is Joe Perez. He's number 8. Down almost to the bottom, Ruby Powell on the same page is number 9. And if you go to page 1, right about the middle, we have Juan Garcia. He's number 10. And then if you go back to page 3, about the 5th line down, we have Samantha Mullen. And she's number 11. And we have one person, that's the end of that, except one person just checked in with us here. I'm trying to let in Brianna Flores, it looks like. So she'll be number 12.
Where is she?
On page
There
3.
yet. Let's
On
see.
page 3.
She's on
Number
page
12?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, she'll be number 12.
right.
Brianna, we have you logged in, okay? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, and then I have a couple I need y'all to strike from the docket.
Okay.
On page 1, the 4th line down is Courtney Harrison. She's on a payment plan. Then we have page 2. The first person on the list, David Santos, has 4 violations. He's on a payment plan. They don't want to come to court. Page 3, Elizabeth Maldonado, the second from the last on the list. She's in a driving safety course. She signed up this morning. If you go to page 4, fourth line down, Adam Vargas, or Adon Vargas, I'm sorry. He is a reset.
Now, where is he?
He is on page 4, the fourth line down on page 4.
He's a reset.
He's a reset.
Okay.
Maybe it, that's it.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. First of all, welcome to the city of China Grove. This is the court docket for January the 13th, 2021. My name is Judge Lawrence Morales, and I will be presiding today. The first thing that I want to let everyone know is that we are live streaming on YouTube. For those individuals out in YouTube that are with us observing the proceedings, these are legal proceedings and you are not to record these proceedings. Now, for those individuals that are here on the docket today, because we are actually live streaming, please do not give us any personal information such as addresses, social security numbers, driver's license number, that sort of stuff. If we need something like that, we will either put you in a breakout room and gather that information from you, or we would ask you to call the court and give us that information. So just keep that in mind. For those individuals that are here on the docket today, once again, these are legal proceedings, so do not record these proceedings. Now, a few instructions, so that way the process will go a little smoother. The cases that we have here today are Class C misdemeanors, which means that they are criminal in nature. As a result of that, it affords you certain constitutional rights under the United States Constitution and, of course, the Texas Constitution. And I want to go over those so you'll be aware of them, because if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest, you basically are giving up or you're waiving those rights. The first important right is that you have the right to plead not guilty and have a trial in front of a judge or a jury, okay? The second important right is that you have the right against self-incrimination, which means you don't have to say anything that would incriminate you. And of course, that would include a plea of guilty or no contest. You have a right to bring in witnesses to testify on your behalf with regard to the citation. And you also have the right to cross-examine the state's witnesses with regard to the citation itself. So once again, these are rights that are afforded to you, and they will be granted to you, but please be aware if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest, you are giving up those rights. Now, if you want a trial in front of a jury, let's say you enter a plea of not guilty and you want a jury to make the decision with regard to innocence and guilt and or punishment, you will be required to make 2 appearances. The first appearance is a pretrial conference. The purpose of that hearing is to address any legal issues that need to be addressed before the actual trial themselves. It's important that you show up for that, because if you do not, there will be a warrant issued for your arrest. The second setting is the actual trial, and that's where we bring individuals or citizens from the city of China Grove that will sit in judgment. It's extremely important that you show up for that, because if you do not only will there be a warrant issued for your arrest, but the court could assess the cost to set that up against you, regardless of the outcome of the case. So let's say hypothetically you missed your trial date, we have to do it all over again, jury finds you not guilty, but then you could be facing a big bill for not having shown up the first time around. And the point I'm really just trying to make is that make sure you don't miss any court dates, because it could wind up being pretty costly. If you want to enter a plea of not guilty and you want the judge to make a decision, what we will do is that we'll put you on a non-jury docket, and we'll try a whole bunch of cases on that day. So you'll be afforded the right to have that type of a trial if you'd like. Now, in looking at the docket, Clarissa, it doesn't look like we have anybody with a CDL, a commercial driver's
No,
license.
sir.
So I'm going to go ahead and dispense with that. Okay, now, for those individuals that are under the age of 25 and you have a moving violation, if you want your citation dismissed, you will be required to attend a defensive driving class. That is mandatory. Now, for everyone else, there's two ways to get a ticket dismissed. The least expensive way is to take a defensive driving class. What it'll cost you is approximately about $200. And the way that breaks down is you would pay court cost. Whatever fee a school charges you, you have to pay that separately. You have to request a copy of your driving record. And that's going to run you $10 if you do it by mail. It's going to run you $12 if you do it online. So you're probably looking at maybe right around $200, give or take a few dollars there. Now, if you're not interested in taking a defensive driving case to get a moving violation dismissed, then you can ask the court for what we call deferred disposition. And that's nothing more than probation. Now, deferred disposition is discretionary with the court. I can grant it, or I don't have to grant it if I don't want to. However, if I do grant your request for deferred, you will be required to pay a deferred fee. We call that a special expense fee. And you will be put on probation anywhere from 1 day to 180 days. And as long as you don't receive a similar violation in China Grove, then that case will get dismissed. Any case that is dismissed, whether it's by deferred disposition or defensive driving, does not get reported to DPS, so therefore does not show up on your driving record. Now, if you're here and you just want to pay the fine, but you don't have the money, let me know. What we can do is that we will place you on what we call time pay. And what that basically means is that we will give you 30 days to pay the fine or fines. If you pay them, then you've satisfied your obligations. However, if you do not pay the citation, whether it's one or more than one within the 30 days, then you will automatically be put on a time payment plan with a minimum of $50. However, the state of Texas mandates a time payment fee per violation. So if you want to save yourself a few dollars, try to take care of as many as you can within that 30-day period. Now, let's see here. Now, for those, we have some individuals that have 3 or more citations. What I'm going to ask you to do is I want you to visit with Mr. John Mead, who is the prosecutor. Now, Mr. Mead represents the state of Texas, okay? So when you talk to him, please understand is that his interest is to protect the state of Texas. He does not represent you. So make sure that if you enter into a plea bargain agreement with him, that you basically ask him what are the consequences of not complying. Mr. Mead will shoot straight with you, okay? Okay, now as far as instructions, that's all that I have for you. Hopefully that'll get us through the docket today. However, what I'd like to do at this time is for everyone to go ahead and raise your right hand. I'm gonna administer an oath to you. And then I'm gonna go for those individuals that are here on video, I'm gonna ask you to acknowledge taking the oath by giving me a thumbs up. For those individuals that are on the phone, I would ask you, I'll be asking you to verify it when I talk to you. Okay, so if everyone will raise your right hand, do you swear the testimony you're about to give in this call will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Okay, Mr. Benjamin Campos, do you acknowledge taking the oath? Thank you, sir. Mrs. Carla Bell, do you acknowledge taking the oath, ma'am? Ms. Bell, can you give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you acknowledge taking the oath? Okay, Ms. Bell, can you hear me? Okay, we'll come back to Mrs. Bell. Okay, Mr. Fernando Jaramillo. Okay.
I raised my right hand, Judge.
I'm
We
sorry?
can't see your hand.
Okay, Miss.
Can you see the hand?
Okay, can you move a little bit closer to your face? Okay, is it a thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs up? Okay, great. Thank you, Miss Bell. Okay, now, okay, I got Mr. Jaramillo. Thank you, sir. Mr. Blanton, you acknowledge taking the oath, sir. Thank you, sir. Mr. Brendan Ayala, thank you, sir. Let's see, Travis Dietzman, do you acknowledge taking the oath? Thank you, sir. Brianna Flores, do you acknowledge taking the oath? Thank you, ma'am. Ethan, do you acknowledge taking the oath? Very good. Okay, everybody's acknowledged it. That's on video, and I'll get to those that are on audio when we call your case. Okay, Clarissa, so let's go ahead and get started.
We have the first one that has 3 violations is Carla Bell, so I can send her into a breakout room with John.
Okay, and she's number 4, is that
She
correct?
is number 4. She's at the bottom of page 1.
Okay, okay, Ms. Bell, if you'll stand by, they're gonna put you in a breakout room so you can visit Mr. Mead. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, just stand by, ma'am. They're gonna put you in a breakout room.
okay, yeah.
Sure what? Try that again. Did they go?
Okay, it certainly looks
Oh, okay, good.
Mr. Mead, and I don't see Mrs. Bell. Okay, so we're gonna go to page 3, Benjamin Campos. Let's see, Mr. Campos. Okay. Okay, we got you on the screen. Is that, Mr. Campos, can you unmute yourself, sir? There you-
Okay,
Okay, okay. Clarissa, we have them as compost.
Oh, goodness, I don't know what happened there.
A T there that.
Oh, I think, yeah, I think you typed. There we go.
Okay, Mr. Campos, how are you doing, sir?
all right, you?
I'm doing well, staying safe. Is your family okay, sir?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, Mr. Campos, you have a charge here of speeding, and it's alleged you were doing 65 in a third, I'm sorry, 63 in a 35. To that,
Yes, sir.
how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest?
Not guilty.
Not guilty, okay? And let me ask you this, what trial, would you like a trial in front of a judge or a jury?
Judge?
Okay, now, Mr. Campos, what I'm going to do, sir, is I'm gonna ask you to stand by. I'm gonna let you visit with Mr. Mead to see if there's a possibility of working out something,
Okay,
an agreement. If it
Okay.
can be worked out, great. If not, then we'll set it down for a non-jury trial, okay?
okay, sounds good.
Do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
Very good. Okay, so just stand by.
All right,
Okay,
thank you.
Judge, I have a couple people trying to sign in here a little late. Let me see if I can get them to give me their names.
Okay,
Hi, ma'am, what is your name?
Jennifer Nixon.
Jennifer Nixon. Okay, let me get you logged in here.
she's on page 4, Clarissa.
Okay.
Bless you.
It will be number.
Number 13.
Can try if you want. Doing nothing.
And let's see, I have another one that I'm not sure what's going on here. Let's see if I can. Hi, if you're calling and your last 3 digits of your phone number is 895, what is your name?
Where you gonna go?
Ma'am, my name is Joe Pettis.
Joe Pettis, did you get disconnected?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm gonna log you back in.
Okay.
Okay, and then somebody's calling from the last 3 digits, 843. You just called in again?
Yes.
What is your name?
Yes, hello.
Hello, what is your
Oscar
name?
Cedillo.
I'm sorry?
Oscar Cedillo. Oscar Cedillo.
How do you spell your last name, sir?
Cedillo.
Oh, okay. Let me get you logged in. Okay, I have you logged in, sir. Just wait for the judge.
Okay, Clarissa, I don't see Mr. Cedillo.
Let me look him up here.
Oh, yeah, there he is. He's on page 4. Kind of towards the lower part of the middle.
Number 14, Judge.
Number 14, right.
Okay,
Okay.
very good. Thank you so much.
All right, and let me just make a notation here, Mr. Cedillo. Okay, so that takes us to Brandon Ayala. Okay, Brandon, can you unmute yourself, sir?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, see, I have you on the phone and I have you on video. All right,
Yes, sir.
very good. Okay, Brandon, you're 17 years old, is that correct?
I'm 18 now.
You're okay, and how old were you at the time of the citation? 17?
17.
Okay, all right. Mr. Ayala, you have a charge here of speeding, and it's alleged you were doing 93 and a 50. To that charge, how do you plead?
No content.
Okay.
No.
And you also have a charge of no driver's license. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Guilty. Okay. So what? Let's talk about your driver's license, or the fact that you don't have one. Well, why don't you have a driver's license?
I currently just got it.
Okay. When did you get it?
January 6th.
January the 6th. Okay. Do you have it there with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Okay. Tell me about that speeding. You're entering the plea of no contest. You're doing, what is it, 43 miles over the speed limit?
Yes,
What was-
sir.
What was the big rush?
So I wasn't going that fast. The wheels on the truck, so we just got new tires on it, so the calibration is not right. So when you're going a certain speed, you're really going a different speed on it.
Right?
We weren't aware of that until we found this out.
And I wasn't aware of that until we recently tested it out.
Okay, and did they give you an indication as to what, how it affects your speed? I mean, is it like 10 miles over, 15 miles over?
15
15 miles over, sir.
15 miles over, okay. Okay, so even then, still doing about what? About 40 miles over speed limit?
No, sir. I don't believe I was going that fast because there was two 18-wheelers in front of me.
Okay,
And when he lit me up, I was in a turning lane to turn into a store.
okay. Well, let me ask you, you've entered a plea of no contest. How fast do you think you were going?
Probably like 60.
50?
60.
60, so you think you're doing about 10 miles over the speed limit?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. And what did you want to do with these two citations?
I was hoping to dismiss the driver's license one since I got my driver's license.
Okay, all right. But there's no question at the time of the citation, you did not have a driver's license, is that correct?
Yes, sir. But I couldn't get into the DPS to get my driver's license at the time.
Okay, all right, well, I'll buy that one. Okay. Yeah, you were right in the middle there of the pandemic. Okay. All right. What do you want to do with the speeding ticket?
Disposition.
Can I do the deferred disposition?
Well, yes, you can. The only problem is that because of your age, you would still have to take the defensive driving class. So it would be best if you just do the request for the defensive driving. It's going to cost you less money. Okay.
So Judge, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. No, go right ahead.
I'm Brandon's mom, and I just wanted to ask you what is the cost of the ticket versus the defensive driving?
Well, the cost of the ticket is $319. Okay. Now the defensive driving is going to run him, after it's all said and done, about $200. Okay. The court cost is $134, and then the class, depending on what he can find, let's say it runs $50, so you're at about $184 now. And then a copy of his driving record, with, let's say, another $10, so you're right at about $200.
And how long does he have to do all this?
He has 90 days to do 8 hours of defensive driving class, and he can do that online.
Oh, okay, perfect. And what was another question? And so would this, once he does the defensive driving and he pays the fees and everything, is this going to go on his record?
Not if he completes the defensive driving and turns in his paperwork timely. So everything will be due at the end of 90 days.
I still put 200 on top of
No, it's just a total of 200. Give or take a few dollars, but no, it's not that plus the fine. It's just,
The 200.
yeah,
The
well,
200
give or
goes-
take a few bucks.
the 200 goes to China Grove, and then he just pays for defensive driving.
No.
No.
The only thing that goes to China Grove is $134.
It's 144, Judge.
144, I'm sorry. 144 goes to China Grove. And then the rest, it's either the cost of the class and a copy of his driving record.
Okay, so that's
So about a total of 200, give or take.
Yes. Okay. So is that what he wants
So
to do?
that, I'm sorry, yeah, so that would, we want to do that, or tell me when.
Okay. Okay, Clarissa, I'm going to go ahead and grant the request for defensive driving. I'm going to go ahead and do it under my discretionary authority.
Okay.
There's a question as to the speed. Okay, and now with regard to the no driver's license, what I'm going to do, Clarissa, is I'm going to go ahead and run that concurrent. And if he completes the class and turns in his paperwork timely, then I'm going to go ahead and dismiss that.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Sure. Okay. Brandon, do you have any questions?
I guess I do. As far as if today we sign up for the defensive driving and get him started, do we notify the court of his dates, or we just notify them when everything's done?
No. What's going to happen, Clarissa? Do you want them to call in?
Yes, what you're going to need to do, ma'am, is when you're done, when you get out of the court session, you will call a number I can give you, and you're going to have to pay the $144. Okay. He can either come by in person by the end of today, or he can pay it over the phone. It's $144. If he pays with a credit or debit card, there is a 5% processing fee, which would add about $7 to the cost. If he wants to avoid that fee, he can come to the office by 4 o'clock today and pay with cash, cashier's check, or money order. He'll need to, if he does it over the phone, he'll need to also text us a copy of his, a picture of his driver's license and auto insurance.
Okay.
And that needs to be in his name. Is he currently insured with it in his name on y'all's policy or anything?
no.
No.
Okay, that would be something the judge has to address with y'all.
I'm going to go ahead and authorize that. under
Okay.
Discretionary.
Okay, so you'll need to get us, I'll give you a number to call and text the information to us. It's 210-837-3704. So if you just take a picture of his driver's license and his insurance, doesn't need to show the insurance, but then you can go ahead and send us a picture of his driver's license and call in after you do that and pay the $144, and we'll get all his paperwork together and mail it to you today. It probably won't go out till tomorrow, actually, because the mail's gone for today, but tomorrow. And then he'll have 90 days to go ahead and sign up for that class after that period. As soon as you pay the fee, you have $90 as of today. I mean, 90 days as of today to finish that. And your paperwork that I mail you will show the exact due date.
Okay, perfect. Thank
And
you
if he
so much.
completes it early and prints out his driving record and the certificate from the class and signs it, he can turn it in early and be done with it. He doesn't have to wait till the 90 days is up.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Okay.
Okay,
Now,
thank you guys.
yeah, and Brandon, just as a precaution, if you're going to request your driving record, you better do it now because it's given the situation, it may take a long time. So
Okay,
you-
and we will, you can actually do that online. That's your best bet, doing it online with DPS. And we'll give you that website. It's www.texas, spelled out, .gov, G-O-V. Okay, and if you go on there, it's just all through online, and you will put in you'll click that you want to order your online driving record. It'll give you 5 choices of ones to order. The one you're going to request is 3A. So it's 3A as an apple. That's the
Okay.
one you'll need to get to present. And you can just print it out right when you're done. Because if you do it manually and mail it in, the request, it goes through Austin and it takes like a month or so to get it back.
Oh, okay.
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 All right, one
Yes,
final
ma'am.
thing, Brandon. Okay, now look. We started off at 93 and a 50, okay? And I accepted your argument that the size of the tires affected it and you say 15 miles an hour. But even if I give you credit for that, you're still looking at 78 miles, okay? 28 miles over the speed limit, okay? So don't think for one moment that I'm not keeping this in mind. So you just need to make sure that you don't pick up any more speeding citations. Do you understand that, young man?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. Unless you have any other questions, y'all are excused.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Okay, I see Mr. Mead is back.
Sir.
Okay, Mr. Mead.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, were you and Mrs. Bell able to reach any type of an agreement?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Could you unmute yourself?
Ms. Bell, can you unmute yourself, ma'am?
Okay, I'm sorry. Hello?
That's okay. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Your Honor,
Okay,
Mr. Mead, what do we have?
guess he told you everything. I'm gonna pay the 80
no,
Monday.
you haven't told him anything yet.
Yeah.
I'll tell him
Go ahead.
right now. All ready?
I guess.
Yeah.
All right, in return for plea of guilty to the failure to maintain insurance and driving with suspended or invalid license, I'm going to recommend a 6 months deferred fee of $300, condition she maintain insurance for the full time. On the driving with license invalid or suspended, she's going to do a straight plea, pay a fine of $225. On the drive on the wrong side of the road, I'm going to take that into consideration and request court dismiss that. Ms. Bell says she can pay the court costs on the insurance deferred on Monday, and the rest of the total fees and fines within 30 days.
Okay.
Is that correct, Ms. Bell?
Okay, you giving me how long to pay there after I paid the $81? I couldn't hear you.
30 days.
I'm gonna do that. I'll do that.
Okay, well now, Mr. Mead, I understood that she's going to pay the court cost on the insurance on Monday?
Monday.
Actually, we're closed on Monday. It's a holiday, Martin Luther King Day. So we'll be here Tuesday, the 19th.
Okay, so the $81 is going to be paid, due and payable on Tuesday, Ms. Bell. And then the balance of that and the payment of the driving while license invalid or suspended would be due in 30 days.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, so let me go ahead and take your plea, ma'am. With regard to the driving while license invalid or suspended, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, no
Okay.
contest?
You.
I'm sorry?
No, guilty, not guilty. it. How I do this? I don't know. It just said guilty, not guilty.
So you're pleading not guilty?
With the plea
I
bargain,
don't know.
the plea bargain, the plea bargain we reached is in return for your plea of guilty.
Okay, is that correct, Miss Bell?
I'm going what he said, because really I can barely hear y'all. Talking real low, or I'm talking low.
Okay. Well, let me-
Whatever he said is correct, sir.
Okay. Well, I just want to make sure though. Okay, Miss Bell, can you hear me okay now?
Yes,
Okay, now to the charge of driving while license invalid or suspended. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? I'm sorry? I can't hear
no
you.
content.
No contest.
Okay, now you can't hear me.
Oh, I got you now. Okay, and to the charge of failed to maintain insurance, how do you plead? Guilty or no contest?
No content.
Okay, all right. I'm going to go ahead and accept Mrs. Bell plea of no contest with the charge of driving while license invalid, assess a fine of $225 and give her 30 days to pay. I'm going to go ahead and accept Ms. Bell's plea of no contest to the charge of failed to maintain insurance. I'm going to go ahead and grant deferred disposition, place her on probation for 6 months, assess a special expense fee of $300, and she will be required to maintain insurance for 6 months. Mrs. Bell is going to pay $81 on Tuesday, January the 19th. With regard to the driving on the wrong side of the divided highway, the state is taking that into consideration, and I'm going to go ahead and dismiss that charge. Okay, Mr. Mead, is there anything
Thank
else?
you, because I was trying to get that Grove, and I don't think that should have been my fault.
Okay, all right, well, that's case is being dismissed, okay? Clarissa, do we need anything?
Okay, so I'm good. I don't have Judge, Your Honor, I'm good now.
Well, right
Okay.
now, you know you've got to pay $81 on Tuesday.
Pay on Tuesday, and I know I have late days, but since I showed up, y'all, I don't have to nothing out for me since I did appear in court, correct?
That's correct. Okay, Clarissa, do we
Thank
need
you.
anything else from Ms. Bell?
Miss Bell, just be sure you call Tuesday and we'll get any information we need on that at that time, okay?
Okay, let me ask you, do y'all got any pandemic discount?
I think you just got one.
That's it.
Thank you. I'll call
Okay.
Tuesday. Can I hang up now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're free to go.
Thank you, y'all. Have a good day.
You too, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Clarissa, do you want to send Mr. Campos with Mr. Mead?
Yes, Mr. Mead, we're sending Benjamin Campos in with you. He's at the bottom of page 3. He pled not guilty and is gonna talk to you about it, okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right, Clarissa, so then that takes us,
So we have 2 people. I think one was disconnected and is back again. I'm not sure. Let's see if your phone number ends. Oh, well, he's muted. Let's see if I can, where are you? I don't know what happened to him. Okay. If you are calling from a phone number that ends in 843, what is your name? You're muted. You need to unmute your phone. If your phone number ends in the number 843, what is your name?
Yes, hello?
Yes, what is your name?
Oscar Cedillo?
Okay, so did you disconnect and
Oscar
call back?
Cedillo?
Okay, so yeah, let me get you logged back in again.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Okay, and then we have somebody calling with the last 3 digits of 861. What is your name?
Samantha Mullen.
Did you get disconnected, Miss Mullen?
Yes, I did. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay. I just wanted to make sure we had you still. Okay, very good.
Thank you.
okay.
Okay, Judge, sorry about that.
Travis Brian Dietzman. Mr. Dietzman, can you unmute yourself, sir?
Yes, sir. Hi.
I'm doing well. How are you, sir?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Okay, Mr. Dietzman, it looks like you're under the age of 25. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you have a charge here of speeding 64 and a 50. To that charge, how do you plead?
What's the one in the middle?
Okay, that would be no contest.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, now earlier, let's see, I have you on video now, but you were on video earlier, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you had acknowledged taking the oath?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, so you want to enter a plea of no contest, and what did you want to do with this citation, sir?
What are the options?
Well, because it's a moving violation, you know, the option is taking the defensive driving class.
Mhm.
Because you're under the age of 20, that's really the only viable one because the deferred is more expensive and you would still have to take the class. So your two options are either pay the fine, but if you do that, it goes on your record, or two, take the defensive driving class to get it dismissed.
If I'm already doing a defensive driving, so you can only do one a year. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so I'll just go with the other one then.
Okay, well, let's do this. Let me ask you this. Tell me about
Okay.
that other one that you're doing defensive driving on. Where is that? City of San Antonio or where?
It was somewhere out there in the country
Okay.
around you guys. I don't know.
Was
What-
it a speeding ticket?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Now, when is that defensive driving certificate due?
In February
Okay.
or
So,
February or March?
have you taken it already?
Not yet. No.
Okay. All right. Now, look, what I can do is I can go ahead and I'll give you the option. It's up to you. You can either pay a fine of $240 or I can place you on deferred, okay, for 120 days and you pay $250 and I can still use your defensive driving certificate. You want
And
to
then the only difference was it'll be off the record then.
That is correct.
Okay, we'll do that then.
All right.
Does everybody get the pandemic discount, or was it just the other lady?
No, unfortunately, we're not doing a pandemic discount.
Okay.
Yeah. In the past and in the future as well.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and place you on deferred disposition for 120 days. I'm going to go ahead and it's set at $250. And I'm going to go ahead and accept the driving certificate class that you're taking in that other small town out in the country.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, now, can you pay anything today, sir?
I could pay it off today. Yes, sir.
Okay, Clarissa, what do you want Mr. Dietzman to do?
Okay, Mr. Dietzman, you have two options. You can either come by sometime before 4 o'clock and pay with cash, cashier's check or money order, or you can call in and pay it over the phone. But if you pay with a debit or credit card, it will charge a 5% processing fee. So you're looking at an added $10 to $12 there.
We'll do it over the phone. That's fine. Is it the same phone number you gave already?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Dietzman, do you have any questions, sir?
Whenever I call, I just let y'all know my name then.
Yes.
Yeah, let them know your name and then they'll come get your file. And Judge, just to be clear, it was 120 days deferred for 250?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, Mr. Dietzman, thank you for showing up, sir, and you're excused now.
Alrighty. You have a great day.
Thank you. You too. Okay, Mr. Mead,
Yes, Your Honor.
did you have a chance to talk to Mr. Campos?
Yes, I did.
Okay, were y'all able to reach any kind of an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm going to recommend the court accept a plea of guilty to the reduced offense of 50 miles an hour in a 35-mile zone and put
15 miles over?
15 and put Mr. Campos on deferred for 120 days for $325. It's my understanding he's going to pay it all today.
Okay. Mr. Campos, is that your understanding of the agreement, sir?
Yes, that's what we agreed on. No, but I was telling them also too that the posted speed limit on our road where I was stopped is 45, not 35. And the picture actually behind me actually has the posted speed limit on there.
Okay, but you already discussed that with him, is that correct?
Yeah, but he said he couldn't tell me anything about that actual posted speed limit. He just told
They
me that,
if it's on Foster Road, they lowered it because of the construction down to 35.
yes, ma'am, the 35 is in the center of Foster Road, but it's coming from East Houston towards 87. But I was going from 87 towards Houston, but I was at the beginning of the Foster Road, and it's actually posted at 45 right there on where they make the fresh 4-lane road.
But Mr.
That,
Campos,
that
is
picture
that
behind
the-
me actually has the thing that says 45 on there, because I went by the other day and I took a picture of it.
Well, Mr. Campos, let me ask you this. I mean, is that the agreement though that you entered in with the state?
Not with the guy with it, but I was trying to explain to him, and he just said it was better for me, I guess, to go this way.
Well, Your Honor, what I told Mr. Campos was that it's not my job to decide guilt or innocence. That
Okay.
what I would try to do for him was give him a plea bargain that would help him keep this off his record, and that whether it was 35 or 45 really has no impact on my recommendation.
Okay, Mr. Campos, let me ask you this though. Well, having heard that and having relayed to the court what you just told us about the speed limit, do you still want to follow this plea bargain agreement, or do you still want to enter a plea of not guilty?
Should I just enter not guilty? Let me just enter not guilty, because I mean the actual ticket itself says 35, which is the actual ticket itself is actually it's actually lying about the actual posted speed limit on that area.
Okay, so you want to enter a plea of not, you want to keep your not guilty plea? Is that-
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. And did you say you wanted a trial in front of a judge or a jury?
A judge.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and accept your plea of not guilty, and we'll go ahead and set it down on a non-jury docket. So we'll give you notice at a later date for a non-jury trial.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
You have any questions, Mr. Campos?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Well, you're excused, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Clarissa.
Okay, I'm gonna send Mr. Mead back in with Russell Blanton, who is on the top of page 1. Mr. Blanton, if you can unmute yourself, you can go in and talk to.
Already there, ma'am. Thank you.
All righty, thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Join.
Yeah, you just hit that, okay? Okay, Judge, we have Fernando Jaramillo, and he
Okay.
is on the middle of page 3.
Got him. Okay, Mr. Jaramillo, there you are. Okay, Mr. Jaramillo, let's see. Mr. Jaramillo, you have 2 cases. One, it's a speeding. It's alleged you were doing 56 and a 35. It shows that you were in a construction zone with workers present.
Correct.
So to that charge, sir, how do you plead?
I'm going to go ahead and plead no contest to that one.
Okay, and what about to the failed to maintain insurance?
I had insurance. Well, I thought I had insurance due to the fact that every time my insurance comes up, it gets deducted from my bank account. And it's done through the San Marcos area because that's where I used to live.
So there
Well,
was coverage on that day?
supposedly I thought I had it, but I didn't. And I called them and I talked to them and they were like, no, well, we had let that girl go because of all these other instances having to do that. But now I'm on it. I've been on it since I got stopped. But I mean, it wasn't, I mean, I could say it's my fault, but it wasn't. It was due to the negligence of that girl.
Okay.
Not putting it, coming out.
Sure, and unfortunately, I cannot dismiss it. What I go by is whether you were covered on that day or not. Okay, so to that charge, sir, how do you plead?
I plead no contest to that one.
Okay, all right. Okay, now, what did you want to do on these 2 tickets, sir?
Well, honestly, I wanted to dismiss them, but I mean, it's kind of hard for me to do things because of what I do at work and stuff. How can I dismiss them?
Well, you can't, well, the only way, well, you see, the problem, sir, is that it's in a construction zone with workers present. So I
Correct.
can't offer you defensive driving nor probation. Okay.
Okay.
Basically, the only option is to pay the fines, but of course, these would go on your record. Now, the
How
only
much-
thing you can do is enter a plea of not guilty and set it down for a trial.
How much are the fines?
Well, the fine on the speeding is, well, at 416, I can reduce that a bit. And then the insurance ticket is 266. I can reduce that a bit as well.
That's my only option, right?
Yes, sir, because it's in a construction zone with workers present.
Okay. I'll go ahead and pay the fines.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, Clarissa, let's see, he was at 35, 45. 21 miles over. Okay, what I'm gonna do, Clarissa, is I'm gonna go ahead and reduce the fine on the speeding ticket down to 300 from 416
Okay, 300 total, correct?
in the total. And then on the insurance ticket, I'm gonna go ahead and knock it down to 200 from the 266.
Okay,
Okay, so Mr. Jaramillo, you're looking at a total of $500.
Okay.
When can you pay that, or how can you pay that?
Can I set up a payment plan?
Sure. Yeah, we'll put you on a time pay. Okay, and if you recall earlier, what that basically means is we'll give you 30 days to pay the fine or fines. Any ticket that you don't pay in full goes in, if it goes beyond 30 days, we'll go into a time payment plan, but then they'll tack on $15 per citation. So if you can take care of at least one within 30 days, you'll save yourself the $15.
Okay, and I could just make a payment in there, the China Grove Municipal Court?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Clarissa, do we need anything from Mr. Jaramillo?
Mr. Jaramillo, are you still on Highway 21?
Highway 21. No, ma'am. I moved to Congress. Commerce.
Okay. Is that?
It's 39.
Don't give me the whole thing, but is that Snowbird Street?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll mail your payment plan to that address, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
All right.
Okay, sir. Okay, Mr. Jaramillo, thank you, sir, for appearing, and you're excused.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Okay, Clarissa, that takes us to number 7. Ethan Siegler.
Yes.
Okay, where is Mr. Siegler? There he is. Well,
Did we?
well, I see.
You know what? He is probably got kicked out again. He's gotten kicked out a couple times. Let me see if this is him trying to get in right now.
Okay.
Hi. Ethan, is this you? No? Oh, Ethan Siegler's there. I see him now. He's on there. Who's calling from the last 3 digits, 843, that just called in?
Me, Oscar Cedillo.
Oscar, you're having a hard time staying with us.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know why it keeps disconnecting.
Okay, I got you back in. Okay, Mr. Siegler, can you unmute your phone? Where'd he go?
Well, I don't see him, Clarissa.
He's on the screen, but he's not in the picture. And he's
The one
muted.
thing you see is something, a gray metal.
Some kind of, yeah, it looks like he's not in there, but I'm trying to get him to unmute. Let's see if he just stepped out. We can skip ahead and see if he comes back. Mr. Mead's here though, so we can start with him.
Yeah, let's go. Mr. Mead, can you unmute yourself, sir?
I can unmute myself, but it's not going to do any good until Mr. Blanton. There he is. All right.
There he is.
Could you unmute yourself, Mr. Blanton?
Still trying to figure this out. Okay, there we go.
Your Honor, Mr. Blanton and I conferred. He doesn't have any money, doesn't know how to do anything. He doesn't have any, he can't, he acknowledges I made him a good offer to plea bargain, but he said he can't get himself obligated to something he doesn't think he can afford to do, so he wants to plead not guilty and
Okay.
set the case for trial.
All right, okay, I'll go ahead and accept his plea of not guilty. And Mr. Blanton, did you want a trial in front of a judge or a jury?
Whichever would free up the more states' resources. The reason for me not having any funds is since my license has been suspended so long, it is now expired, and I have no license. I've been unemployed for quite some time, and I've since moved into my mom's couch, and I just absolutely, I'm at the bottom. I have nothing to offer, so that's why I'm in the situation I'm at. I appreciate you guys trying to make an offer, but I have no way to uphold my end of the obligation.
Well,
So
let
I
me ask
figured-
you, Mr. Bennett, let me ask you this. Would you be interested in community service?
Well, I was just explaining to Mr. Mead, I have the same situation with 2 other counties, and one of them is out of Lockhart, and they wanted me to do some community service as well. But my problem is every single person I've called are telling me that they're not doing it. They're locked down, and I even tried Goodwill, the Humane Society people, and all that. But I mean, I'm at the mercy of the courts or whatever you can figure out for me.
I mean, I can certainly do that, but normally what we do is that we just ask that it be done with a church or a civic organization.
Yeah, that's right. The one church that I did call told me the same thing, that they weren't doing it.
Oh,
I
okay.
think it's just because of this pandemic mess. I'm not worried about it. I mean, this pandemic is no different than any other flu we've ever had. And if you notice, not one person's died from the flu all year. But anyway, that's another subject. Yeah, whatever you recommend. So that's why I asked him, maybe I could go to the jury or a judge trial and explain the situation. And they're probably going to say the same thing you have. Probably try to work out some community service or something. But,
Okay.
whatever you recommend.
Well, I mean, it's the options that we have. I can either set it down for a non-jury trial if that's what you want, or I don't know what your prospects for a job is, but if you want to file a request for the court to consider indigency, we can send you the paperwork for that.
I'm a good example of being pretty indigent about now and have been for a while.
Okay, why don't we do this, Clarissa? Let's go ahead and reset his case for 30 days. Send him a packet for indigency consideration. And then let's see what we get back, and then we'll get back with Mr. Blanton, hopefully before the next court date.
Very good. Mr. Blanton, can I ask if you're still on 7th Street?
Oh, no, ma'am. That was
Okay.
old address.
Can you do me a favor and write down a phone number and give us your new address so I can mail you the forms to see if you can get this dismissed?
I can go ahead and give that to you now, right?
I'd rather you not do it because this is being viewed by YouTube and stuff. If you can write down a phone number and call us, and just
yeah,
give us your,
sure.
okay,
Well, I got your phone number, 837-3704.
very good. If you can
Got it
call
right
that
here.
number and just give us your new address, I'll mail you the forms tomorrow morning, okay?
Sounds good, hon. Appreciate it, ma'am.
Thank you,
Now,
sir.
Mr. Ben, let me just clear something up. Now, if in the event that I do find you indigent, okay, what that basically does, it just suspends the fines, but the convictions, if they are reportable, like for example, the speeding citation would be reported to DPS. So it's not a dismissal.
Oh, I understand that. Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Very good.
Do you have a record of how much I already paid on this? I think I paid something. I started a down payment or something, or that would I have to ask her, right? Or
Yeah, Clarissa would know that.
But
okay.
if you call the court, we can look that up for you. So
Oh,
when you
10-4.
call to give us your address, we'll look it up.
10-4. I appreciate that.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Mr. Blanton, thank you, sir, for appearing.
Thank you guys for working with me. I appreciate it.
All right, you're excused.
John, who were you in with? I already forgot.
Button.
Oh, that was Russell. That's right. We're still on the same person. Okay.
How do you get out of here?
You, you just have to disconnect the call, sir.
I'm trying.
Okay.
That's all right.
It might say leave meeting, maybe.
Okay, so Clarissa, who do we send Mr.
Okay,
Deegan to break
so
up?
we have Ruby Powell. She is on the bottom of page 5.
And what's her number?
Ruby Powell, she has 3 violations. She's on the bottom of page 5. She is
Number
number
9.
9, yes, sir.
Okay, all right, if we can send them, Ms. Powell, if you would unmute yourself and then go into the breakout room with Mr. Mead.
And then Ethan Ziegler's back, sir, if you want to, oops,
Got it.
where'd he go?
Okay, Mr. Ziegler, okay, you have a charge of speeding 67 and a 50, and you're under the age of 25. So how do you plead?
No contest.
Okay, no contest. And what did you want to do with your citation, sir?
So I didn't realize that I had to get permission and everything before I started my my defensive driving course. So
Right.
I had actually already completed a course and I've got my certificate and everything for that. But I don't know if I can just turn that into you. I'm not sure what the process is for that.
Do you have your driving record with you?
I can print that out along with the certificate as well.
Okay, well, normally
not
we want you to get permission from the court before you take it, but since you've already done it under these circumstances, I'm gonna go ahead and accept it. Now, you do have to pay the court costs though. Okay, and that's gonna be 144.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you'll pay the 144 and turn in your documents, I'll go ahead and accept it. Okay,
Sounds good. And where do I turn the documents into? The email that was provided?
You'll need to turn in the original documents, so you'll need to bring them by. You can drop them in a locked mailbox if it's after hours. We have one on the front of the building, or you can mail them in. So you don't
Okay,
have to bring them by, but you can, what we need you to do though is call a number and pay that 144 today, okay? And you'll have to send us a picture of your driver's license and a picture of your insurance. Oh no, I think it dropped him. Are you still there?
No, yes. Can you hear me? Yeah, I was just in my notes so I can write down
Oh,
the
okay.
number.
Okay, I thought it dropped you again. Okay, do you want the number?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's 210
Okay.
837
Uh-huh.
3704. And you can text your
Okay.
driver's. Sorry. Did you get the
Oh,
number?
no, I just recognize the number.
Okay, so you can text a picture of your driver's license and your insurance to that number, and then call it and pay the 144 over the phone.
Okay.
Very good.
And as far as that Dropbox is right
It's on the front of the
outside
building.
the
Mhm.
building.
Yeah, it's a little black locked mailbox. You
Okay,
can do
cool.
that, or you can mail it in, either way.
Awesome. All right, I'll go ahead and do that then. Thank you.
Okay, Ethan, thank you.
okay, Mr. Peter, your excuse, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all take care.
Okay, now we have Mr. Joe Perez. Mr. Perez, can you unmute yourself, sir? Mr. Perez, can you unmute yourself? There should be a.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Okay, now I can hear you. Mr. Perez, I have you on the phone. Do you acknowledge taking the oath, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Mr. Perez, you have a charge here of no driver's license. How do you plead?
I plead guilty, sir. I mean, not guilty. I'm sorry.
Not guilty. Okay. All right. All right. Did you want a trial in front of a judge or a jury?
I want to try with a judge, sir.
Okay, non-jury. Okay, we're going to go ahead and set it down for a non-jury trial. Now, if you have a copy of your license and it was valid, if you'll send that into the court, we'll look at it. And if it was valid, we'll go ahead and dismiss it. Okay? All right. Do you have any other questions, sir? I'm sorry?
Can I help him out? He's basically what he's trying to say is that he didn't have a license at the time, but he does have his license now. Is what he's trying to explain.
Well, he did not have it at the time.
He was not a licensed driver at the time he was given the citation.
Okay. So does he still want to plead not guilty?
I think we're just kind of confused on how to plead. Really, I'm just assisting him with the phone.
Okay, now what is your relationship with Mr. Bettis?
I am his cousin.
You're his cousin. Okay, and does he speak English?
Yes, sir. I do speak English.
Okay, I just want to make sure that you can understand me, Mr. Bettis. Okay, Mr. Bettis.
No, I do understand you good.
Okay, so my information shows that you were issued the citation on November the 17th of 2020. My question to you is this: how do you plead for not having a license on that day?
Well, yes, sir. I play with service. That's what the entrance say. I did not have a license that first time when I got pulled
You
over.
plead guilty or no contest?
Hello?
No contest.
No contest? Okay, all right.
Yes, sir.
And you have a license now? Okay.
Yes, sir. I got one right now.
Okay, let me give you your options, okay? And that way you tell me what you want to do. Okay, option number one is to pay a $125 fine. Okay? Or number two, you can pay a fine of $175 and I'll put you on deferred, and that way it can wind up getting dismissed.
Which one's the ones that?
Want to do the deferred?
How can I go ahead and take the defer?
Sure. Yeah. You want to do the deferred? Okay. I'm going to go ahead.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to place them on deferred. Special expense fee of $175, and then deferred for 30 days. And what that basically means, as long as you keep once you pay your money and you keep your license for at least 30 days, then it'll be dismissed.
Okay.
Okay. Now, can you?
Yes, sir.
Today?
Excuse me.
Can you pay that today?
Yes, I can pay it today. I'm just on the block. I'm just taking time to get off of work. That's the thing.
Okay. What time can you get down there?
I'm not too far from where I work at, sir. From the office.
Right now?
I can go ahead and go right now, sir.
Okay. Well, why don't you go ahead and head on down there, and they'll get you squared away.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
All righty. Bye-bye. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Mr. Mead, you were visiting with Miss Powell?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, let's see. Is Miss Powell back?
She's
Yes.
there. She's muted.
Where is she? There she is. Okay. There you go.
Ms. Powell doesn't believe she's guilty of this stuff, and she would like to plead not guilty and set it for trial. I believe she wants a trial before the court, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Powell, is that correct? You went into a plea of not guilty?
Yes, sir. It's, as I told Mr. Mead, I have all the documentation that the vehicle was mine. I had insurance on it. I fixed the headlight, and I was not aware of the suspended license. I would not have been driving.
Okay.
As I told him, I had my two small children with me, and he set us on the side of the road and towed my truck.
Okay, Ms. Powell, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it down for a trial. Now, did you want a trial in front of a judge or a jury?
Judge, please.
Okay, all right. So what we'll do is that we'll go ahead and set it down for a non-jury trial, and we'll get you a notice out.
All righty, sounds good. Now, who do I give my address to?
You call the office.
Okay, and that's the number I called to set up this meeting?
I'm sorry?
And that's the 3704 number?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty.
Thank you.
So do I call y'all immediately or first thing in the morning?
Oh, either way, you can call in the morning and give us the address. That's fine. That way we can mail you your not guilty form to fill out.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Y'all have a good day.
You
Thank
too. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, Clarissa. So you want to send Juan Garcia with Mr. Mead?
Sure.
Okay, Mr. Garcia, if they're going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Mead, but make sure you unmute yourself, sir.
There we go.
Okay, now I think I have, okay, so if you'll put, There you go.
Yep.
Okay, you need to talk to Brianna Flores. I think she's next, right, Clarissa?
Yeah, because Samantha has 3.
Yes, okay.
Okay, yes.
All right, Brianna, can you unmute yourself? Brianna Flores? Okay, good. Miss Flores, did you acknowledge taking the oath I administered earlier?
I don't think she was here, Judge.
Okay.
I had did the thumbs
Oh,
up.
you did do the thumbs up? Okay, yes, she was
Okay.
here. Very good.
Sorry.
Okay, Ms. Flores, you have a citation for speeding 63 and a 50. To that charge, how do you plead?
No contest.
No contest. And you also have a charge of no driver's license. How do you plead?
No contest.
Okay, let's talk about that one first. Do you have a license now?
No, I'm only 17, so I was gonna wait till I'm 18, but I do have my permit, like certificate and everything. I did it with ACEable beforehand.
So you do have a permit, a driving permit?
I just wasn't able to set up, I've had it since March, but I wasn't able to set up an appointment with the DMV because they've been packed.
Okay, all right. Okay, and what did you want to do with these 2 citations?
For the speeding, I was wondering if I could do the defensive driving course.
Okay. Okay, but you said that you do have your permit, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Clarissa, I'm going to go ahead and authorize the defensive driving on the discretionary. And Brianna, can you pay $144 today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so go ahead and pay today. Okay. And with regard to the no driver's license, Clarissa, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do as we did the other one. I'm going to go ahead and run that concurrent. And as long as she does her defensive driving, I'll go ahead and dismiss the license. Okay. Ms. Flores, did you understand that, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Clarissa, do you need any other information from her?
Brianna, what I'm going to need you to do you have the phone number to call and text?
Yeah, I have well, I could just look it up on the internet too, right?
Okay. Yeah, or I can give it to you real quick.
Yeah.
That's something to write with?
Yes.
Okay, it's 210-837-3704. Go ahead and text us your permit, a copy of your permit. And then I need you to call and just give them your information to pay the $144. Call that same number and pay the $144 over the phone today. And then you'll have 90 days to complete the course after that, okay? And we'll mail you some information to give you your exact date, okay?
Perfect.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Brianna. You're free to go. Okay, Clarissa, does that take us to Mr. Cedillo?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Oscar Cedillo, can you unmute yourself, sir?
Mr. Mead's back if you want to do him.
Yeah,
Judge, you're gonna have to take a
Yes, sir.
Okay, hold on,
Mr.
Mr. Cedillo.
Hang on, I'm gonna mute you real quick, Mr. Cedillo, just a moment.
Okay, Mr. Mead, you were visiting with Juan Garcia.
Yes, I was, Your Honor.
Okay, were y'all able to reach an agreement?
Actually, we got, same problem we had last time. He's had 2 resets according to and so I think he needs another one, but I think he probably needs 60 days because it's the same deal, the driver's license issues they were having with all these folks. I want to get him on deferred, but he can't get on deferred until he gets his driver's license stuff straightened out.
Okay, all right, well, I'll go ahead and reset the case for 60 days. Mr. Garcia, we're going to reset your case for 60 days, but you need to do everything you can to get your license.
Yes, sir. I sure will. Believe me, I appreciate that very much. Thank you, Mr. Mead, and you too, Judge. I appreciate that very much.
All right, thank you, sir. You're excused.
All right, sir. Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too.
Okay, Mr. Mead, I'm gonna send you in with Samantha Mullins, okay?
Where is she?
She is,
Page 3.
yeah, the top of page 3. Samantha, you're unmuted already. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Cedillo. Okay, Mr. Cedillo, you can unmute yourself now.
Okay, hello, sir.
Okay, good. Can you hear me okay now? Okay, Mr.
Yeah, I can hear you.
At the time that you came in, I had already advised everybody on the docket certain rights, and I want to go over those with you right now.
Okay.
Okay, and let me see. Okay, Ms. Nixon.
I think she's muted.
Yeah, but I want to go ahead and because I need to read her rights. Okay, Ms. Nixon, can you hear me, ma'am? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give you all some rights that you need to know before you enter a plate. Okay, these cases are criminal in nature. You have certain constitutional rights. One of them, you can enter a plea of not guilty and request a trial in front of a judge. You also have the right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything that would incriminate you. You have the right to bring in witnesses to testify on your behalf with regard to citation. You have the right to cross-examine the state with regard to citation. Okay, Mr. Cedillo, do you understand those rights, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Miss Nixon, can you give me a thumbs up if you understand those rights? Can you put your fingers in front of the screen? Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, Mr. Cedillo, you are 19 years old, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you have a charge of an expired registration. How do you plead?
I play guilty, sir.
Okay, and then you have a charge of no driver's license. How do you plead?
Well, I did have a license license, but it was not a Texas one.
Oh, where is it from?
It's from Mexico.
Is it valid?
Yeah, it's valid, but I came here to visit family, and the truck that I had, I just bought it, and it didn't have the plates or nothing, so that's why I got stopped by.
Okay, all right, well, why don't we do this? I need for you to either mail us or email or fax your driver's license, and if it is valid, I will go ahead and accept it, okay?
Okay.
That would be a dismissal. Okay, now what about the registration on the vehicle?
Yeah, I play guilty on that one because it didn't have when I bought it, it didn't have registration.
Okay, and do you just want to pay that fine?
Yeah, I can pay it.
Okay, that's going to be $116. Can you pay that today?
I was just there on the court right now. I just left. But at what time you close for me to be able to go and pay it?
4 o'clock?
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make it.
You're not? Okay, so we'll give you 30.
No, I can go pay it tomorrow.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I leave around the clock, but
well, when you come by, give us a copy of your license, and if it's still valid, we'll go ahead and dismiss that charge.
okay. And I just have to pay how much tomorrow for the registration?
Yeah, 116, 116.
116. Okay.
All right. Okay. Do you have any
Is
questions?
that all, or haven't?
Yeah, I'm gonna
No,
go.
that'll be all. Like I just wanted to. Okay. Yeah, I will show up tomorrow to pay the fine, and I'll give you a copy of my valid Mexican ID.
Okay, Oscar, do you have our phone number?
Yes, man, I do.
Okay, can you call us before you come? Just make sure there's somebody here, just in case, okay? There should be, but I'm just.
Okay.
Okay. Make sure
What
nobody's
time
at
you open
lunch.
tomorrow morning?
We're here between 8:30 and 3, but we're gonna go to lunch tomorrow, so I don't know what time, so just call us and make sure that you're here in the office, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, make sure you bring us your driver's license, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Mead, who were you visiting with?
Samantha Mullen.
Mullen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Mead, if you can unmute yourself.
She's back. And we worked out a plea bargain, Your Honor.
Okay, and what is that?
Return for a plea of guilty or no contest to the run red light. I'm going to recommend 90 days deferred with a deferred fee of $275. With regard to the expired registration, I'm recommending it's going to be a straight plea, and I'm recommending a fine of $125. And on the violate driver's license restriction, I'm going to take that in consideration and request the court to dismiss that case.
Okay, and how is all this going to be paid?
All right, she's going to pay the court costs of $134 on the red light ticket today. And I told her she could have 30 days to pay the rest with the court permission.
Okay. Okay. Ms. Mullen, was that your understanding of the agreement, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Now, Ms. Mullen, with regard to the charge of running a red light, how do you plead?
Guilty or no contest?
Okay, guilty. All right, I'm going to go ahead and accept your plea of guilty, place you on deferred for 90 days, assess a special expense fee of $275. You are going to pay $135 today and the balance in 30 days.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and accept your plea of guilty on the expired registration, assess a fine of $125, and we'll give you 30 days to pay. And then I'm going to go ahead and dismiss the violate driver's license restriction since the state is taking it into consideration. Okay, Ms. Mullins, do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, sir. I just call and pay, correct?
That is correct.
You have the phone number, Samantha?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right. Am I good to go?
Yes, ma'am. You're excused.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Oscar, did you have a question?
Excuse me, Judge.
Yes.
Yes. Am I good to go or?
Oh, yes, I'm excusing you. You're good to go.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay,
have a nice day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, John Mead, I'm going to send you in the breakout room with Jennifer Nixon. I don't think you have her on your list because she came in when you were in the breakout room. She's on page 4.
Okay, and where is that? Where?
Page 4.
I see her. I see her.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Jennifer, I'm going to send you in. Just unmute yourself, Jennifer, and we're going to send you in the breakout room. Judge, we still have Leo Vallejo. I wasn't aware of him.
Where is he at?
And he joined us. That's a good question. I'll put a look for him. He is on page 2, right in the middle. Let me see if we can
Yeah, I see him.
talk to him real quick. Let's see. If I can ask him to, Leo, are you there? Can you unmute yourself?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Okay, good, good. Okay, hold on for 1 second, Mr. Vallejo. Let me just check something out here.
He is 18, Judge.
18? Okay, that's what I was.
Like, he had previously been here, and I'm not sure what was going on with the speeding, but I do have a note on the expired driver's license. He had pled guilty, and we were just resetting him for 60 days. So it's probably for both. He probably pled guilty for both, and then we reset him for 60. No?
Actually, for the speed, I did guilty for the expired license.
Oh, okay.
But for I got that done already, taken care of. But for the speeding, I had put bigger tires on my truck, and my dad was telling me that he has a computer and he was able to check it out, and my speedometer wasn't calibrated with the new tires.
Okay, so what was it showing? How many miles over was it going?
So it was, I believe it was a 55, but he said it was a 50. So I was going 55 on a 50, but when I got pulled over, he was saying I was going 64.
All right. Okay. So, but you think you're doing 55?
Yes, sir, because I wasn't speeding on my way home because I was not trying to get pulled over at that time of night. And because I was out watching a movie with friends, so I was coming back. And I was taking my time leaving, but I guess I got pulled over for going 64 when it showed 55 on my speedometer.
And Judge, on the docket, it says 69 and a 50. I just checked the ticket. It's 65 and a 50.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
Oh, and that's 64? Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
But I'm sorry, I have it wrong on ours too. So it is 65 and a 50.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, my bad.
Mr. Vallejo, do you have anything in writing showing the calibration and that it would be 15 miles over?
No, I do not have anything in writing because it was just like a website that my dad had on the computer.
Okay.
And he was showing me, he goes, and that is possible. He goes, because my dad's a mechanic and everything. And he was like, yeah, that's possible because it's happened before that your speedometer isn't calibrated with the tires.
Well, you see, if I had something in writing, I mean, that would put you right at the speed limit.
Yeah. So like, I will admit, I mean, I was going like about 6 miles over the limit.
Okay. Well, now, since you're under the age of 25, do you want to take the defensive driving class?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and place him on the defensive driving class, driving safety class.
Because I would take it off of my record, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Okay. Now, is your license valid now?
Oh, yes, sir. It
Okay.
is.
All right. So let me ask you 4 questions. You have a valid driver's license, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you covered by insurance?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you taken the defensive driving class within the last 12 months to get a ticket dismissed?
No, sir. It's my first ticket.
Can you pay $144 today?
Today, no, I cannot.
How much time would you need?
I recently just started working again. I mean, I think I can make it in 30 days.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do, Clarissa. I'm going to reset him for 30 days. I'm going to go ahead and pre-approve him for the defensive driving. What that basically means, Mr. Vallejo, is that you can come to court anytime before your next court date, pay the court cost, and then you don't have to show up for your court date.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now, Clarissa, what did you have on the expired driver's license? Get any notes on there?
It just says you are resetting to see if he got that taken care of.
Okay. And that has been taken care of. Okay. What I want you to do, Mr. Vallejo, I'm going to go ahead and ask you to send in a copy of your driver's license. And we need to see when it was issued. And assuming that it's issued before today, which I'm sure it is, we're going to go ahead and show compliance and we'll dismiss it.
Okay. Yeah, it was issued. I'm looking at it right now. 11/30/2020.
Oh, okay. 11/30/20.
Yeah, it was because right after actually, because I had court with y'all the 28th.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I had court with y'all the 28th, and I was like, actually, if y'all can extend me a little bit because I have the test on the 30th, and so I got it on the 30th.
Okay, well, send us a copy of that, and I'll show that it's dismissed by compliance.
Okay.
Okay, so Leo, do you have a PIN? I can give you the phone number to text the copy of that too,
Yes, give me 1
so we
second.
can get that dismissed for you.
Okay, and that phone number is?
It is 210-837-3704. And if you just send us, just take a picture of it and text it to us, and we can go ahead and get that one dismissed, and then go ahead and call us or come by on or before I'm gonna mail you a reset date
Okay.
form. Are you still on San Ignacio?
No.
Okay, call it when you send me a picture of the driver's license, put your name, address, and phone number on there, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and
Yeah,
that way
'cause
we
I'm
can go
on-
ahead and mail you the reset to the new address, okay?
Okay.
Well, Clarissa, the license should have the new address, right?
Yeah, there's no new address. It's still Buffalo Pass because the previous court date that I had with y'all,
Oh,
y'all
I'm
had
looking
said
at the
Buffalo.
wrong, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong person. I'm so
Yeah, I
sorry.
was
So you're
like-
on, okay. Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, Mr. Vallejo, you're excused, sir.
Okay, thank you. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
Okay, Mr. Mead, let's
Yes,
see.
Your Honor.
Were you and Ms. Nixon able to reach any kind of an agreement?
Well, we got a little problem that before I get prepared to move forward, I need to find out a little bit more about. Out of this arrest, there arose a county court charge that Ms. Nixon's got a court-appointed lawyer on, having this drug related as well. Before I move forward on this, I'd like to have an opportunity to confer with him. And Ms. Nixon said she would try to put that person in touch with me or the court so we can talk about what's going on down in the county.
Okay,
So we need a reset so I can kind of get a better handle on what's going on.
okay. How much time do you think you,
30 days, depending on when the lawyer calls me, but 30 days will work.
okay. Okay, Ms. Nixon, I'm gonna go ahead and reset the case for 30 days. If you can try to get a hold of your attorney and get him to put him in contact with Mr. Mead. That way, we can get something resolved in 30 days.
Or the
Okay.
court will work too, Ms. Nixon.
Okay,
The County Grove Court.
okay,
You can call either me or the court.
okay,
All right, okay, ma'am, I'm gonna go ahead and excuse you.
okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, Melissa, I'm gonna go ahead and call the docket for those individuals with a no-show. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, first one, Hortensia S. Bautista, no-show. Trayvon C. Arnold has 3.
Okay, I'm sorry, sir. Trayvon took care of his today.
Okay. All right, very good. Okay, so then that takes us down to Teron Kelly has 3 cases, no show. And page 2, we got Bobby Charles Price has 4 cases, no show. Edwin Aguirre, 2 cases, no show. Oscar C. Hernandez, 2 cases, no show. Karen Rodriguez, 2 cases, no show. Dean Allen McGowan, no show. Juan M. Acuna, 3 cases, no show. Halen Hanselman, 3 cases, no show. Then Sean Anthony Sterling, 3 cases, no show. Erica Lorraine Pineda, no show. Margarita Cruz Salas, 2 cases, no show.
Luis Perez too, Your Honor, above her.
Oh, Luis Perez, yeah, Luis Moses Perez is a no-show. Thank you, Mr. Mead. Julian Paul Mullen, no-show, 2 cases. Jeremy Edgar Bowie, no-show. Kevin Lita, no-show. Brittany Moore, no-show. Sean Anthony Gilliam, 4 cases, no-show. Jamal Hall, no-show. Okay, we took care of her. Okay. Joshua John Dominguez, 4 cases, no show. Liliana Rodriguez de la Garza, no show. Jamie D. Snell, no show. Elijah Vershav Kenmore, no show, 4 violations. Yaneth Reyes, 2 violations, no show. Eugene Alexander O'Donnell, no show. And Justice Kareem Hornsby, no show. Timothy Gilbert Sanchez, 2 cases, no show. Daniela Alyssa Yanes, no show. And then Maisel Briceño Garcia, 2 cases, no show. Okay.
Judge, they're telling me that there's one person at the window that wants to call. He's calling in, right?
Okay.
She's calling in. Do you know her name by any chance? No, that's okay. That's okay. I'll ask her. Tell her to call in real quick. Well, thank you, Michelle. Judy, do y'all know her name? Anna Castro. Okay, great. Okay, so it should be on page 5. Oh, I don't even see her. She's not even on our docket.
What's her name?
It says that? Yeah. Fun. Let's see. January 13th on here. She's not in, we don't have a jacket or anything. I wonder if she came through the court system. Judy, we don't have a jacket for her. It's in the system. That's her initial appearance. Okay, I can tell y'all. She was cited, oh goodness, she was cited for speeding 90 and a 50. She is 27.
Is she on the docket?
She is in our court software, but she's not on the docket. We don't even have a jacket or anything. So she's making one right now. Sometimes we have issues with eForce where their tickets don't print out for some reason.
Okay.
So Judy's working that up right now. Do you need a copy of this? Or she could print one.
Yeah.
Do you want to give this?
Well, she said to give
Okay. Okay, so she's not on there. If you want to just write in, her docket number is 2017 8379.
She said she was wanting to plead not guilty. But I
Oh,
told
and
her she needed to talk to
she's
her.
wanting to plead not guilty.
Okay, well, let's just set her down for a trial.
Okay. And her total amount due is $319.
Is it just one violation?
Yeah, just the speeding, 40 over.
Yeah, let's just find out if she wants a jury or non-jury.
Okay, she's here, so she can plead in front of you. I'm gonna bring her in right now.
What's her name?
Her name is Savannah Castro. Thank you so much.
And what was the alleged speed?
90 and a 50.
Okay.
Hello?
Ms. Castro?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Ms. Castro, you have a citation for speeding, and it's alleged that you were doing 90 and a 50. How do you plead?
Not guilty?
Okay, and what type of a trial did you want? Did you trial a trial in front of a judge or a jury?
In front of a jury, please?
Jury, okay. Did you want to speak to the prosecutor, see if y'all can work something out?
Yeah, sure.
All right, just stand by. They're going to put you in a breakout room.
Well, tell me about the case.
You want to do it here?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Okay, she's 27, cited for speeding, not in a construction zone, it's on 87. Chris Torres is the officer, 90 and a 50. Regular Class C driver's license. She lives on Oak Bend in Lavernia.
Well, you know, Judge, at 90 and a 50, there's not a whole lot I'm gonna be able to do for her, I don't think.
Okay, all right, well, let's just go ahead and set it down for a jury trial. Okay, Ms. Castro, you know, obviously because of the pandemic, it's going to be a while to have a jury trial. So as soon as we're able to get you a court setting, we'll go ahead and do so.
Okay.
Okay, so just kind of wait to hear from us and well, you know, the court will get back with you.
Okay.
Savannah, are you still on Oak Bend so I can mail your not guilty plea to you to fill out and send back to us?
Yes, ma'am. The 201 Oak Bend.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Castro, you're excused.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, so the court is adjourned. If we can go ahead and get off a lot of YouTube.